I at least deserve a chance to take on work for a makeup grade.
If I did that, then the whole class would have to be given that exercise, Mr. Sinclair. And that's a lot of trouble to go through for the request of one student.
What about extra credit?
The freshman year just gained momentum, Mr. Sinclair. There's no extra credit work I could give you, and frankly, you don't need it.
Professor Arthurs, I need to maintain my GPA to keep my spot in choir.
You are one of the best performing freshman students of your year, Mr. Sinclair. I assure you that your seat is secured.
With this grade, I could suffer a drop.
And you could use that as motivation to do better on your next assignment, if you so desire. Not that you would need such motivation when you attained a near perfect score.
Near perfect won't cut it. I need some way to make sure my grade goes up. And if you won't consider looking over my work with me to ensure that all my marks were taken, as they should, then I would at least ask you to consider
Mr. Sinclair.
giving
Mr. Sinclair.
me some form of assessment.
Mr. Sinclair. I understand that you may feel antsy due to your positioning in the student council. But I assure you that senior members of choir have gotten off on worse grades and that you will as well.
How many of those members looked like me?
I can't speak to that as I've only been here for 2 years.
Then how can you act as though you understand the inner workings of...
I am still speaking, Mr. Sinclair. Asteroth, this is only the beginning of your first semester. You have room to improve in your assignments going forward. And by looking at your dedication to your work, I can tell that your path forward will only be marred by your desire to seek perfection. Take your time and enjoy it here at AMP. Clearly, you need to. I suggest taking on a hobby or a new interest in your free time.
I don't need a hobby.
I'm sure you would think so, given how much time you've used asking for something you can't have, when you could have been unwinding after our class today. Stress isn't good for you, and clearly you are putting yourself under a lot of it. I suggest finding something recreational to do.
And what would you recommend?
Are you looking for a professional answer or a real one?
An actual answer?
Smoke some weed. It's legal and it'll do wonders for your stress levels.
Are you recommending drugs to a student?
You asked for a real answer. Now take it and leave my class so I can teach advanced terrakinetics to my next group of students.
Yes, Professor. And then they tell me to go smoke some weed.
For real?
Yes. You can't seriously agree with them.
I mean, they not wrong.
Carlisle, are you agreeing with them?
I'm saying that you do need to chill. Def not with weed, but you can't go asking teachers for more work, dude.
I can handle weed just fine, thank you. You're free to guess what I have and haven't done.
Don't matter. I don't think you should be walking up to your teachers trying to get your grades up this early.
You know that I have to maintain my grades to keep my spot.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna kick you out until beginning or end of a semester at AM. Unless you do something like way bad.
I am aware of their policies, Carlisle. It's just... Suppose they find someone better and they want them instead of me.
Is this about Nick and Hotshot?
It isn't.
Yeah, and with how you were talking shit about them before, you seemed...
Seemed what? Jealous?
Yeah.
Of them? They don't even exist to me.
So you going off about Hotshot beating your ass in the library wasn't you being jealous?
No. Nicholas was more practiced in transfiguration magic for much longer than I thought. For all I know, he's probably a prodigy, and he transformed into an electric rat. That could be the only other form he practiced using. He could suck. No, I was not jealous. And why are you even here? Don't you have work?
Watch it. You don't want Tanker to kick you out again like last time.
No need. I'm smart enough to know when I can get my ass kicked. Seriously, why aren't you at work? Oh, so it's just the others working today? You're still doing that presentation on Friday? Yes, I do in fact plan on attending. I already got permission from my lecturers for that day, and I do want to see how your project turns out.
No, don't talk like that. It's gonna be amazing, baby. You're like a modern alchemist.
Carlisle's simplification aside, your team's work is amazing. You've just had a month to prove yourself, and already you've made a machine capable of enhancing terrakinetic magic that also alters the molecular structure of Earth itself. That's incredible. This could be great for restoring ruined natural environments, agriculture, or construction that better withstands the elements.
Yeah, and you're gonna knock it out of the park when you present the project to your sponsor. Back to our last convo though. Asteroth is hella jealous of Hotshot Nick.
They've just proved they were good at one thing each. I'm not jealous of that. Besides, they'll just act as motivators to do better. Shut up. That was neither a denial or acceptance of my jealousy. Please stop your partner, Carlisle.
You know I can. But maybe you could figure that instead of trying to prove you're better than them, just work with them.
What?
Like, instead of trying to go out your way to make them yops, you could just make a study group.
Are you serious?
See? It ain't really all that bad. All you gotta do is walk up to them, ask if they want to study together instead of trying to fight with them.
I don't think they'd want to do that.
You don't know that. Besides,
Please don't.
you need friends.
I don't need friends. I need to focus on school.
And I get that. And you'll still be doing all that with the study group.
It is a good idea, but it's a waste of time. I've better things to do besides asking people I barely know for help to study.
Asteroth, just...
No, I'm leaving. Hope you guys have a good evening. Tell Dave I said hi.
Calm down, babe. Asteroth is just... I know it's frustrating, but he's in a tough spot. He's going through a lot, and he's still carrying a lot of that on his shoulders. I've been there. It ain't easy. You're right. I do kind of feel a way about that. I'll talk to him later. Sounds good. Wanna cool off from there with some games or something? Some works too. What do you have in mind?